Hello friend, this is Ryan Hicks at TaughtToProfit.com, and today I want to talk to you about the blessing of the Lord. I was talking with someone else online. They were explaining to me how poor they were and how poverty was just natural and to be expected for Christians, and you got to be poor and you don't understand, and the wealthy are so evil and all this nonsense. The vast majority of it literally just propaganda from news media and movies and television. No basis in reality, no basis in scripture, no basis in any kind of good philosophy, just us against them. Oh, poor us, we're so poor and virtuous, and these rich people are so rich and evil. My friend, that's not a way to approach life. But here's the thing, Abraham was God's friend, and it says he was very rich. Proverbs 10:22 says the blessing of the Lord, it maketh rich. But it doesn't stop there. It says it maketh rich and he addeth no sorrow with it. How many people are expecting, even if they are expecting for goodness to happen in their life and to be blessed, they think, well, with every good thing must come some bad things. No, the blessing of the Lord, it maketh rich and he addeth no sorrow with it, my friend. You don't need sorrow and misery. You can be made rich. Now, this doesn't mean to just accumulate a bunch of wealth for yourself and store it up and do nothing with it. But listen, if you are a poor person right now and you believe yourself to be virtuous, righteous, a good person, would you not be a better person if you had more money? Now, don't misunderstand and think I'm saying more money means you're better. But you could do more. Instead of being needy and requiring more from others, you can do more. Would that not be better? Would you not be in a better position to live out that righteousness and that virtue? I think you would. Money's not going to make you bad or make you good. All you got to do is look at poor areas in any country in the world and see people who, it didn't matter how much money you gave them, they're going to do evil. They're not virtuous people because of their poverty. Many of them are evil. Matter of fact, so much of the evil that occurs in the world is in those environments. Drugs, prostitution, murder, all kinds of vile things are more prevalent in those areas. So if poverty was somehow virtuous and leading people to bettering themselves, well, the reality paints a different picture. That doesn't mean poor people are evil, but the reality is there's a lot more evil going on in those environments. And this is to be expected. If you're desperate and just trying to do whatever you can, sometimes people are going to go unethical routes. They're going to go evil routes. If you had all your needs met, all your wants met, you don't have to go rob someone on the street corner. You don't have to sell drugs that are going to crush and destroy people and harm the entire community. There's so many more options you are privy to when you have more money. And I'm not telling you that having more money is important. You can live wherever you want. You can live very modestly, and that's great and fine. But you could still be the best you could possibly be, perform the best you possibly can, make the most money you can, and do the most with it. All the hospitals and good things that are helping people and the inventions and things, those weren't built by poor people for the most part, especially the hospitals. There's tremendous amounts of money required to do that. There's tremendous amounts of money required to go build wells all over the world for areas and villages where they don't have easy access to running water. You can do a lot of good things if you're a good person already and you can make more money. The problem is many people have been relegated to this mentality of poverty being better, suffering being better, doing less, or you don't want to be a workaholic. Listen, the Old Testament law was that you work 6 days. What's a day? It's a 12-hour period of time. You were to work 6 days, and the 7th day you have off. There are people that take the 7th day off. They take the 6th day off as well, and they haven't done barely any work all week. They're not living their life to the fullest. They're not accomplishing the most they can And then they want to act like, well, I just don't understand why God's not blessing me. He's blessed you with the gift of life, the ability to go out and do more, the ability to open your eyes and see all the opportunities around you. Now, I'm not criticizing you if you have very little. That's perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But could you do more? Ask yourself truly, honestly, with all integrity in your heart, before God, can you do more? And if you could, why not do that? And it's not so you can get a bunch of fancy cars and take trips and do all these things that people think is going to make them happy. No, it's so you can do more. You can be one of these people that blesses others. That's a blessing. And you can't do that if your hand is extended out to receive and not to give. And I know some poor people will talk about, because I grew up poor and I knew these kind of people. Well, I give a lot. I'm poor. I give, and I give as much as I can. And, well, why don't you work as much as you can as well, so you can have more to give? Now, I know some poor people do, and they're just struggling and trying their best. But I'm going to tell you, if you change your mentality, God will open up opportunities for you that will make it easier for you to get more done, more profitable, and to be a better blessing in the world. Be the friend of God. Be the one that is very rich. Not so you can just accumulate things and stack up a bunch of money and do nothing, but so you can be a better blessing to the world, and that all nations through you might be blessed. My friend, I pray this is a blessing for you. May God bless you richly.